Facebook lovelies. Hello there, my Instagram gorgeous ladies. How are you? My gorgeous girlfriends, I should say. It's so good to be here with you. I'm Donna Hoffman. They call me the interior design advocate because I advocate on behalf of you, the design lover out there, working on erasing the frustrating result, the room that's driving you crazy, the ugly result, the result that is falling short. We say no more to that. What we do here at the Design Advocate, well, actually, we've got two brands here in our company. We've got this luxury design brand you see behind me, just a little bit of our library up here in my office, and we are a luxury design studio located in the Philadelphia region of the United States. But beyond that, we also have this wonderful online brand where I take design lovers just like you and just like you under my design wing through the amazing online courses that I teach. Okay, so here we go. Before we get into what we're talking about today, I just want to make a couple of announcements for you. Number one, we're going to be going down to the furniture market in April, so we'll have a lot more to share with you in terms of furniture finds and inside tips and tricks and so forth. We won't be broadcasting live from the market. We may have to reschedule our Facebook Live, but we've got time for that. And I also want to tell you that we just made the cover. That's our design work right there on the cover of this great new magazine called Newtown Lifestyle. It's a local magazine here to this area, but inside, not only did I get the cover, but I've been asked to be one of the interior design columnists, and I did this amazing article all about artwork. It's actually a fantastic article, so we should figure out how to put up a link, I guess, for you guys, because I share information about artwork pricing and what art does and so forth. It's a great content-rich article, and it's the kind of content I like to put out, which is the stuff nobody's talking about that I think you guys should learn and know and have under your belt. So what are we talking about today? Today we are talking about window treatments, and specifically, why are window treatments such a pain in the neck? I mean, I think you know by now, if you've spent any time with us, every Tuesday we come out here at 4 p.m. Eastern, we put a pin in it in terms of what we're doing at our design studio, and we come out here and teach a lesson. And the lessons vary depending upon questions we're getting from you guys, requests that we get from you, and we get so many questions. I cannot believe my nose is itching. This always happens to me as soon as I go live with you guys. We get so many questions about window treatments, and I get a lot of frustration from you guys, a lot of confusion, and I have to tell you, some of you have just said to me, quote unquote, I hate buying window treatments, or I think window treatments suck. They'd make me nuts. And so we actually said, you know what, that's going to be the title we use for our window treatment talk today, our Design Diva to Design Diva talk. Why do window treatments make you nuts? Why do window treatments suck when it comes to having to shop for them, plan them, whether you're doing ready-mades, semi-custom, or custom? You're not alone if you find that they're really confounding, if you find they're really frustrating, because there's so much more to know about window treatments than just about anything else you do in your rooms. In fact, I will tell you that most designers, when they get out of design school, window treatments is the one area that so many of them feel slightly underprepared to really tackle, and to really tackle well. Why? Well, let's think about it. Let's roll it back a little bit. When you think about buying a sofa, whether you're shopping online, whether you're shopping in a store, whether you're shopping from a catalog, you see a sofa, it's a shape, it's hard, it's not going to change shape once it gets into your I don't know, your living room. It's still going to look like a sofa. It should pretty much look just the way it looked in that showroom or just on that catalog page, right? Not so with window treatments. With window treatments, if you're shopping ready-mades, you see this piece of fabric hanging in a showroom or on a catalog page or on a website. But how that fabric will respond in your space has a lot to do with how it's installed, what the window looks like, right? When you're buying a sofa, who cares what the windows are like? How many windows you have, how high the windows are, how tall the ceilings are, how the windows are spaced. You just know, hey, this is a sofa. I like the way it sits. I like the line on it. I like, in other words, the shape. I like the way it looks. And I know it's going to look really good with everything else in my room. With window treatments, yeah, you have to decide all of that, but there's so much more for you to know before you even go to the window treatment. So for example, with a window treatment, What's more important, the window or the window treatment? I'm going to tell you it's the window, because the window will tell you right off the bat what you can and what you cannot do to it. What's more important, the window treatment, or all of the windows and doors in the room? I'm going to tell you it's the windows and doors in the room, because it's the combination of all of those that will tell you what you can and what you cannot do in that room with your window treatments. You're going to need to know that not need to know, I want you to know that you're totally normal if selecting window treatments makes you loopy. And why wouldn't it? Because they get costly, and you're not just doing one treatment in most rooms, unless you're doing a powder room. But if you're doing a living room, a home office, if you're doing a dining room, if you're doing just about any room in your home, probably, chances are good, multiple windows, plus perhaps a door or two that you have to cover as well. So it's not just about the window being more important than the window treatment. And by more important, I mean having a lot of weight in terms of influencing your decision and thinking and strategic thinking. It's about the window. It's about the windows in connection with each other. The windows and doors within that room being in connection to each other. It's about your ceiling height. Most of you don't really think about your ceiling height too much when you're picking out a rug or a sofa. If you're an advanced design diva in one of my courses, you probably are thinking about your ceiling height for certain upholstery, but I'm getting ahead of, that's another lesson. You also have to think about your budget. And of course, you think about that even with this fictitious sofa, right? The budget determines what you can and cannot do. But where it gets complicated with window treatments is you have all of these other factors beyond your design style that you have to take into account, beyond what you have in the room surrounding, but also what type of window am I treating? What other windows are in the space? How are the windows spaced through the room? What are the different heights of the windows? What are the widths of the windows? What are the heights of the windows? What's my ceiling height? And then what's my budget? So if selecting window treatments makes you loopy, makes you just so frustrated, you are totally normal. If it makes you nervous, you're totally normal. And when you think about the fact that the average home in the United States has about 16 windows in it, that's a lot of nerve-wracking decision that you have to make. But here's what I want you to know. Each and every one of you is so much more talented and capable than you even realize that you are. I'm telling you, you have the smarts, you have the talent, you have the it factor, if there even is one. But what you are missing, if you are struggling with window treatments, if you even have to type in and ask me, how do I cover my sliding glass door? That's my favorite question. If you even have to type that question to me, you are not using strategy. That question alone tells me how much you are robbing yourself of being empowered in design, how much you don't know about window treatments. That's hurting you. And the solution is simple. I've got this amazing online course. It's called Window Boss, How to Plan and Select Your Perfect Window Treatments Like a Boss. And I posted a link to it. Actually, I posted a link to the blog page so that you can pick up a 20% off coupon for that amazing course, and then head to the tab that says Learn with Me, and then you can learn about that course. It's a super simple but very effective online course designed for design lovers, although designers are taking it as well, newbie designers or designers who felt like their training in window treatments was kind of light. And this is going to empower you to understand what you need to do with exactly the windows that you're working with in your room or rooms, so that you can see it without needing a computer program, so that you know what you're going to be needing to look at and source. Whether you're doing ready-mades or semi-customs or custom, it doesn't matter. The strategy is the same, and I hold your hand throughout. There are some great stop-start exercises we do, all taught on video, so it's very interactive, and there's a phenomenal private Facebook group that goes along with the online course. So we've got you covered from every possible angle. So again, if you struggle with window treatments, it's not you, it's the topic, because window treatments are more specifically complex and detailed than just about any other decision you're going to make in any single room of your home. So there it is. So I'm willing to open this up to a couple questions. I don't have a lot of time. That's why I say I'm willing to. You know, I love taking your questions, but I have a meeting I have to get to. So we're going to have to keep it kind of tight. I will not be taking your question if I need to see a picture to answer you. And I'm not going to answer, how do you cover your sliding glass door? Do you know why I'm not going to answer that? Because it's the wrong question. It's not just about your sliding glass door. It's about everything else that's happening in your space. For me to just tell you that there are a multitude of things you can do on your sliding glass door, how does that help you if your sliding glass door is not the solo player in the room, if your sliding glass door is abutting a wall, if there are other windows nearby, close by, adjacent to it? Those are all the decisions that will affect, or the input, the information that will affect how you can treat a sliding glass door. But I'll answer you briefly, if that's your question, to say you're missing strategy, and there are a number of treatments you can do on a sliding glass door. You just can't do anything that would impede the slide. Okay, so that said, let's see what's on your gorgeous designing mind. If you have questions about window treatments, I am happy to take them. And if we don't have questions, we will scooch on. Oh, and while you're putting in your questions, let me tell you what we're talking about next week. Next week, so as you know, every Tuesday we stop what we're doing in our design studio at 4 p.m. Eastern. I come out here and teach a lesson. We've been getting questions about the maximalist design style, and that's trending and gaining steam. So we're going to be talking about that design style, what it's about, what it is, how to do it. Maybe you want to sprinkle a little bit of that into a room that you're experimenting with, maybe even like a powder room, or maybe even a home office, or a guest room, or maybe you're just a design lover and you want to know about that trend. So we'll be talking about that. And then I want you to know, in 2 weeks' time, we're going to be doing another Facebook Live on window treatments, diving into custom versus ready-mades. So if I don't get to your question today, you'll be able to come back out and talk to me again in 2 weeks. Okay, so that said, let me see how many questions I can answer quickly. Maureen, I'm getting a lot of hellos. So hello to everybody, and hugs and kisses to everybody who's sending me a hello and a wave and so forth. So love being here with you guys. Maureen is saying, what are your thoughts on Hunter Douglas blinds and the drapes they offer? It's a good product. I have no problem with it. I think you can feel good about it. Just make sure that your installer is taking excellent measurements, and or your hubs, if he's taking the measurements, it's about excellent measurement and very good measurements so that you're installing well. There you go. Ruth is saying, took your Window Boss course and it was wonderful. Even though I took the course and did the drawings, I'm still trying to decide what will look better with 10-foot ceilings and 84-inch high window frames, 96-inch long or 108-inch long. Look, I do like, you know, hang them high and get as much height as you can, Ruth, as you know. And I do know that you have access to my private Facebook group. So definitely get in there, Ruth. Post pictures so that you can show us exactly where you're struggling. But here's the thing, guys. When you take window treatments, when you take panels of fabric, it's like a column of fabric, right? So tell me this, use your designing brilliance. When you hang window drapery panels, are you creating a horizontal line in the room with those panels, or a vertical? Up and down, right? So you're creating these wonderful vertical lines. If you have one window, how many vertical lines are you getting? 2. Nice, 1, 2. If you have 2 windows, how many vertical lines are you putting into that space? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? If you have 3 windows in a space and you're just putting these window panels across the space, you get these gorgeous rhythms of these nice, strong vertical lines. So if you are somebody with the design fingerprint where you like to lift your ceiling, get those panels up high. They will absolutely make a massive, massive difference. And you might say, well, Donna, but you're dropping a horizontal line with the rod. True, but if the rod is high, I'm still pulling the eye up. And if you keep your rod color in close proximity to your wall color, then I'm minimizing that horizontal line, cutting your space a little bit, aren't I? So for example, if you have a whitewashed wall, instead of doing a black rod, you might say, you know what, I want to lift this ceiling, a silver brushed, a brushed silver or a polished silver rod would be really pretty with my design aesthetic. I think that's the way I'm going to go, okay? So think about the line that you're creating with your window treatments, and hopefully that will help you, Ruth. I've got time for, Katie just gave me the note, I've got time for 2 more questions. One or two more questions. Denise is saying, hello, sweet friend. Hello, Denise. Back to you, sweet friend. Back at you. Gina's saying, Window Boss course was great. Can't wait to show you my choice after they're hung. Oh, Gina, good. You made your decision. I can't wait to see it in the private Facebook group. Yay, good. Gina's one of my students who's been doing some good work with my courses, so I'm glad of that. Any questions on Insta coming in, Katie? If not, we will start to wrap it up. I'll see if there's anything else on Facebook before I turn into a pumpkin. Sorry, designer. Got to get to my meetings. Okay, good. No more questions there. So next week we're talking about the maximalist design style. How does it work? What is it? How do you play with it a little bit? And then in 2 weeks we're doing another Insta Live and Facebook Live on window treatments. The difference between those customs and those semis, and some good workarounds as well. Okay, dolls, I have loved spending time with you here. I always do. Sorry we had to make it short and sweet today, but like I said, I've got a design meeting to get to. So we will see you next week, 4 p.m. Eastern. That's where we're always here. So bring your questions about the maximalist design trend, and we'll get you wiser like we always do every single Tuesday. Okay, guys, see you. Big hug. Hi, this is Donna. Thanks so much for watching, and if you like this video, please hit the like button and comment below so I know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the Interior Design Advocates channel so you don't miss any of our great content.